Welcome back to Freaky Med. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dara. I'm a Caribbean medical student and I do YouTube videos for fun. And today I'm going to be talking about love in relation to the heart, mostly in relation to the embryology of the heart. Stay tuned to the end because it's really interesting what I have to say. Subscribe, like, share with your friends, and check out my other videos, right? So yeah, so love in relation to the heart. Did you know that this love shape that we normally call the heart shape is, do you ever think about it? Do you ever think that the love shape is in the shape of the actual heart? And do you ever think why they call it the heart shape? Some people have different theories, right? I went to Google. I googled it and they said that the love shape was from a plant called silphium, or I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but silphium there. So okay, so that's what Google says, right? And then there are other theories that if you actually put two hearts together, it forms that shape. That's why it's called the heart shape. And there's another theory that the heart, that is the human organ, the heart, is always known to be the center of emotions, the center of love, the center of feelings. That's why it's called the heart shape. So whatever the theory is, I'm here to relate the love we feel for our spouses, our partners, and our friends. I'm going to relate it to the development of the heart, the embryology of the heart, the whole beginning of the heart, right? So, the heart shape, right? Like the heart itself. The heart starts off as a tube. When you meet someone first, you don't necessarily love them. You just meet them, you like them, and you get to know them. Then over time, you get to start loving them, right? That is almost what happens. That's the same thing that happens when the heart is developing. Now, the heart, when you're in your mother's womb, right? In the 4th week, a tube begins to form, and that tube starts having a heartbeat, right? And then that tube now, over time, loops around and forms what we know as the heart. So it's very interesting, right? And you know what is called the neural crest cells? The neural crest cells are magic. They are like the magic wands in the development of the human body, because the neural crest cells just migrate from one place to another place and then cause the development of an organ or a part of an organ. Neural crest cells are like key in human development. So anyways, so as I was saying, love doesn't always start out as the heart shape, right? It started out as a tube and became that heart shape. So that is also what happens in our actual love relationships, right? It doesn't always start out as love. You don't always start out loving someone. You start out knowing the person just like a tube, right? You're getting to know the person, you're getting to a tunnel, then you now diverse and now loop and now form the heart shape. So give your love time. With time it will form a heart and it will form a loving heart. So yeah, so that's one theory. That's one way in which the development of the heart relates to our love relationships. Then another way I want to relate it is in the actual parts of the heart, right? So now it starts out as a tube. I don't know how many people believe in soul mating, right? The whole idea of soul mating is that once upon a time, two people were one, right? Then they came to earth and they had to be divided. Then along life, they now came to meet each other again and become one. I think I'm right. That is the whole idea of soul mating. So now, in relation to the heart, now the organ. This organ started as a tube, right? Then it now looped around and became two chambers. That's the right heart and the left heart, and both of them work together as one. Now this is very, very interesting, because when you meet someone, you guys come together, you normally say you guys have become one flesh, but in the real sense of it, you guys are still two different people, two different entities. You guys are still very different from one another, but you guys kind of like work as one unit. That's exactly what happens in the heart. The right heart and left heart, that's the right side of the heart and the left side of the heart. They are two different entities, but I mean, there's no talking about the left heart without talking about the right heart. So they work as one, and it's interesting how they work, because when we talk about relationships, right? Yeah. Okay, so let me just finish the whole concept of the heart first before I go into human relationships, because that's like more complex. So the heart, you have the left side of the heart and the right side of the heart. Both of them are different, but they work together. Now, the left side is more force driven, right? The left heart, right, in many sense, has more power and more force, more pressure than the right heart, because the left heart has to go through the whole effort of pushing blood to a very resistant vessel, which is the aorta. And the arteries, the arterioles, they have more resistance than the veins, which is the right side of the heart. So the left heart, in all principle, is strong and has more force, because it needs to push blood to a more resistant vessel. Meanwhile, the right heart is dealing with veins. Veins are more of capacitance vessels, right? They take in blood, they hold blood, and they store blood, right? So the right heart doesn't need as much strength and vigor as the left heart, but it just has enough strength to push blood to the pulmonary trunk, to the lungs for oxygenation. So now, the right heart is not as strong as the left heart, but both of them work together to achieve a goal, right? And each of them, their goals are very important for the other. So you can't talk about the right heart without the left heart. You can't talk about the left heart without the right heart. The left heart can't work without the right heart, and vice versa. So they work as an entity, right? I mean, so yeah. So the right heart has a goal, has a function, and they work as an entity. I'm getting somewhere. And now, in our own human relationship, right? You have, let's take for example, a very simple, very basic example. You have a man and a woman, right? And a man anatomically is stronger than a woman for a purpose, right? Because a man in our history of living was known to fend for his family, was known to go out there and be the man and be strong and be the breadwinner and provide for the family. So he was stronger than the woman for a purpose. It wasn't just wasted strength. While the woman was supposed to nurture, she was supposed to bring forth life, she was supposed to be big. She was not big in body size, but not necessarily in body size, but she was supposed to have a big heart. She was supposed to have capacity. She was supposed to have capacitance to carry on, to nurture, just like the veins, right? The veins are supposed to hold blood, right? And the right heart deals with the veins, right? So that's almost more like the woman. She's supposed to store, she's supposed to keep in order, she's supposed to give forth life. So, and then what am I saying? Then the whole point of feminism. I'm a feminist, right? But this doesn't have to do with my beliefs, what I'm talking about. This is just what I read and how I'm trying to interpret it, how I'm trying to make sense of it in relation to what really happens in our world today. There's a reason why feminism arose, right? It was for a reason. But in a real sense, in an ideal world where two different sides are appreciated because they bring forth a very important function, they perform an important goal together. In an ideal world where two different forces can be appreciated for what they bring to the table, it's beautiful, right? Just like it happens in the heart. Now, the left heart and right heart are different. They serve different functions, but they perform important goals and they work as a unit. They work in synergy, even if they are different. So, difference doesn't necessarily mean you're better than me. It means that we are both different for a particular reason, and when we accomplish a particular goal, you know, what you have accomplished and what I've accomplished, they come together and they are functional and they are the whole reason why the world goes round, right? So if a woman is appreciated in her own space, and honestly, when I'm saying a woman, a man, I'm just using symbols, right? Because in this era we have gay relationships, and even in gay relationships you see that there's one partner that is stronger than the other partner, right? They are not both on equal levels, they are different. So in our day where in our time where a woman wants to be like a man, she wants to be equal to a man, you know, you know, I don't really, honestly, it's not even my personal opinion, but in the nature of how things work, it doesn't really work that way. Differences are appreciated, differences are important for things to function well. If you can imagine if your right heart decided that, oh yes, I want to be like the left heart, I want to be as strong as the left heart, you know, things won't function well because the right heart is not supposed to have as much pressure as the left heart, because it's not supposed to function in the same way as the left heart, but they are both supposed to function in their own different capacities to produce a particular result, right? So what am I trying to say now? What I'm trying to say is that differences should be appreciated for what they are, and when they are achieving goals and making the world go round, nobody should come and stop that and and start saying everybody should be the same. We can't all be the same. If we are all the same, the world won't go round. So difference is good. It's not bad. Difference is good. So now what is my whole point? My whole point is that if the right heart decides to be like the left heart, that is a pathology. That is not normal. That is a pathology. You can imagine if, okay, let me just take an example now. If a man and a woman, they are both functioning the same way, right? A man is going to work, a woman is also going to work. I mean, who's going to be at home to nurture, to bring forth life, to take care of life, right? I don't know, honestly. I'm a feminist, but I'm just trying to, make sense of all these things, right? So I don't know who is going to nurture. If a woman decides to turn into a man, who is going to do the nurturing? Where is the nurture? Where is the one that is supposed to hold life, that is supposed to store, that is supposed to conserve, And if a woman is, I don't know, honestly, this is just what I'm trying to relate based on the development of the heart and what we call the heart, and how the love shape is in the shape of the heart, And if we want to relate it to how the heart really functions, that's not what love is. Love is when two different people come together and achieve a particular goal. They are both different, but they achieve a particular goal, and that's beautiful. We don't come and stress about the differences between the left heart and the right heart. We come and stress about the functions they both perform to make the circle of life continue. So that is my whole point of this video. So difference is beautiful and it should be appreciated. And I believe that if the role of a woman wasn't taken for granted, I think in an ideal world it would be beautiful to have someone that nurtures and someone that goes out to, defend, provide. I think it's beautiful. We are not all the same, but if we can be appreciated in our differences, then I think the world would be a better place. So yeah, based on the embryology of the heart, that's what I have, and I could go into more details about this. And yeah, as I was studying, another thing came up in my head, and it was like, not all hearts are the same. I mean, some people are born with dysfunctional hearts, right? sometimes, as I've said, the pathology, like the right heart wants to be like the left heart, then you have to go into surgery and repair. You have to go to therapist, blah 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 blah, and repair all that, right? And I know it's more complex than the development of the heart, but I was just trying to relate it. And maybe next time, I mean, depends on how much response I get from this video, I might do another one on other issues about the love we feel for one another and about the heart, the organ itself. So yeah, for today, this is all I have, and I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, you can share with your friends, you can subscribe, you can like it. And for now, it's bye bye. I'll see you on Sunday. Remain blessed.